Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in to another video. So just got back from my third and final workout for the day. Started off the day with a bit of a weight session, then this afternoon did a body weight session, and this evening went for a run. It is a bank holiday today in the UK, so I was lucky enough to be able to do all of that without it impacting my ability to do work. But one of the things that I thought would be a pretty good topic to get into today is conserving energy and understanding your energy spend. And one of the things I've been doing recently is looking at my energy as almost like a currency, where I have X amount per day to spend on specific things of my choice. But once that currency is gone, it's gone, and I don't have any more of it until I wake up tomorrow. And as a result, that's kind of got me being a lot more picky and a lot more careful as to what I commit energy to, because I know that I've got quite a lot that I need to get done over the course of a day. I mean, I've got 66 days until I jump on a plane and fly to South Africa. I've got 70 days until the start of this event, so there's not a hell of a lot of time left. So I need all my energy for the tasks that are getting me closer to where it is that I want to be. And this that I've been doing over the last couple of weeks has really seemed to help me significantly. So I thought that would be actually a pretty good topic to talk about today and to get into today. So I'm gonna have a quick bite to eat, then I'm gonna have a quick shower, and then yeah, we'll crack on and get into it. And we'll talk about how you can prioritize and be a little bit more vigilant of what you're spending your energy on to ensure that you're getting the results that you're wanting to get. But anyway, I'm gonna get on with it now, and I'll catch you all in a bit. Cheers for now. Okay, so we're good and clean and fresh, tra-la-la. Seeing as we are speaking about the energy equation, and it's not sort of energy in terms of like aura, etc. It's more in terms of, I'm a believer of the fact that you only have X amount of energy per day to spend, and if you don't spend that wisely, well, come close of play, you're gassed out and you can't do what you need to be doing to then get you to where it is that you want to be. So anyway, seeing as we are talking about energy, it's probably a good idea for me to do a bit of standing. Gives me a bit more freedom, let me move around a little bit, and it's a change of scenery. I was getting a bit bored just sitting on the sofa, so this should be a little bit more fun, a little bit more movement, a little bit more energy hopefully. Anyway, a couple of housekeeping things. Hold out till the end of the video where I'll stick in the lip syncing competition again. Have a guess as to what song it is that I'm lip syncing while I'm at the gym. Drop it in the comment section below. The first person to guess the correct answer will win some supplements of sorts. So yeah, get to guessing and have some fun with it. Anyway, let's get into this energy equation. Like I just said, I'm a massive believer that you only have X amount of energy per day, and you need to be extremely careful as to what it is that you spend that energy on, because when it's gone, it's gone, and that could have some significant impacts or hindering effects on your ability to get from where it is now to where you want to be and achieve these goals. So first things first, you need to understand what it is that you're currently spending your energy on. And this is quite an easy one. It's almost like an internal audit of yourself. You kind of look at your days, similar to what we talked about in one of the other videos a little while back, where you say, just journal or just take note or be vigilant of what it is that you do on a daily basis, where you're committing a lot of energy to. And you just start understanding that, like, where it is that you're spending your energy, why, and is it serving you, is it getting you from where you are to where you want to be. So once you've done that, you need clear direction. And the direction comes from understanding your goals, understanding your aspirations, understanding what it is that you want to achieve, what it is that you're working for, etc. And then once you understand that and you have clear direction, you then start allocating your energy to each of those tasks to then get you from where it is now that you are to where it is that you want to be in the future. Because if you're not allocating energy to each one of those things, you get to the point where, again, like if you haven't planned your day correctly, it all of a sudden becomes close of play, you're gassed out because you've had a long day, you've used your energy in everything but the stuff that serves you and gets you closer to achieving your goals, and now you're going to try and achieve your goals on little to no energy. Like it doesn't happen. All of a sudden your timeline of 1 year or 5 years or whatever timeline you've assigned yourself gets increased exponentially because, well, you're not committing enough energy and time and effort to what it is that you know you need to do in order to get to where it is that you want to be. So you start allocating energy to each of these topics or each of these goals or aspirations or items on your to-do list that you know you need to do. And once you do that, you build yourself a good routine around achieving those and ensuring that they get adequate amount of energy to be able to be achieved. The easiest way I found being able to do this is to just have a solid morning routine. And if you're able to get your high ticket items, and these are the items that give you the best return on investment. One of the things we talked about in the last video where we said, understand the ROI on whatever it is that you're doing and do the stuff that gives you the best return on investment. So now you've done that exercise, you understand, okay, if I do the following 4 tasks, they give me the biggest amount of growth, or they give me the most exponential amount of growth. So you start committing to them. Well, those are the high ticket items, and those are the things you need to be doing first thing in the morning when your energy levels are as high as they possibly can be for that day. So you build your morning routine around ticking off and closing out these high ticket items, and then that leaves you with this like pool of energy that you can then spend for the rest of the day on stuff that may not necessarily have such a big return but are still worthwhile spends. So maybe you're kind of thinking now, what classes is like a good energy spend versus a bad energy spend? Like, it depends on your goals, right? But for me, first thing in the morning, I need to get a workout in, I need to do my gratitude list, I need to do my mindset shifting, I need to meditate, and a few other bits. Because one of my goals, as I've said probably more times than you care to listen to by now, but is to be in the best mental and physical shape of my life by the end of the year. Those kind of things first thing in the morning ensure that I'm in a good mental state, which then will compound over the course of the year and ensure that I'm at a good place by December 31st. So those are high ticket items for me that I commit first thing in the morning to, and then I know I've got a handful of energy left to then spread out over the course of the day. Examples of a bad energy spend will be, say you're stuck in traffic and you start getting super fired up and pissed off at the world, and you start cursing and carrying on and expending a whole bunch of energy because you're stuck in traffic. But the problem is, you spending that energy doesn't make the traffic flow any quicker, it doesn't get you out of that situation any quicker. So that energy spent is 100% wasted energy that now is gone, and you're going to have to deal with having the rest of the day without that energy. Whereas if you were just like, fuck it, okay, I'm stuck in traffic, and this is easier said than done, trust me, I'm the first person to get super fired up about traffic, and I have to really concentrate on not allowing myself to spend too much energy on it. But you just kind of go, me getting super pissed off and super worked up about this situation right now, is it going to solve the problem? Is it going to get me any closer to where it is that I want to be? Is it going to speed up the timeline of the delivery of whatever it is? Am I going to get to my destination any faster if I'm kicking off? No, like I'm still going to be stuck in this traffic jam until such time as it clears itself naturally. So spending a shit ton of energy on it doesn't make sense. It doesn't help you out in any way. It doesn't serve you in any way. In fact, it actually hinders you. And like I said in one of the last videos, that energy spent that's gone like wayward or has been wasted could have now been better spent on something that would have, in a year's time, you would have been thanking yourself for, because if you'd just had that little bit more energy today, the compound effect over time would have meant that you would have had a much bigger result in a year's time or whatever. But that's an example of bad energy spend. Another example of a bad energy spend will be sort of like getting super worked up at work and trying to win an argument that actually doesn't mean anything or doesn't actually matter. Like, one of the things I'm starting to wrap my head around more and understand a bit better is that no one turns up on a Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whenever, and goes, do you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to do my best to severely fuck Byron right off and just cock up as much as possible and make him as angry as possible. Like, no one does that. No one, I mean, maybe some people do that, I don't know, but I've got to believe that average Joe, because I know when I screw something up, I don't go, right, I'm really going to try and piss this person off and fuck this up completely. Like, no one does that. If I screw up, it's 100% unintentional. So why spend a shit ton of energy getting worked up and angry and aggressive about something that someone didn't actually do on purpose? Like, they were probably trying to do two things at once, or they were trying to be too smart and they screwed up. Like, these things happen. Rather than spending a whole world of energy on something that actually, if anything, is actually just going to damage your relationships at work or at life, just kind of go, okay, well, yeah, you did pretty well at fucking that up. Congratulations. How are we going to fix it? What are we going to do now to get this done and bring it all back and sort of get back on track or whatever? So I've just started really practicing protecting my mental state, and this is why, like, I've had a few comments about people saying at work that I wear my headphones too much and stuff, but the truth is, like, I just have some tranquil music in the background and I'm really just trying to keep myself like within a zone. I'm not trying to peak either side of that zone. I'm just trying to like stay relatively level. We now started allocating spend to stuff that we know is going to serve us, and we've started removing spend away from stuff that doesn't actually help us out in any way, shape or form. Reality is, right, if you start getting super fired up about the little stuff, that impacts your mental state. So what happens is you put yourself in a state of fight or flight, you stop breathing, and then all of a sudden you start overreacting and reacting to stuff that doesn't actually, it's not that big a deal, and you overreact to stuff because you're in this state of fight or flight. Like, fight or flight was created thousands and thousands of years ago when you were about to get eaten by a goddamn saber-toothed tiger and you needed to have this surge of adrenaline so that you could overreact and have this moment of like almost superhumanness. Well, today we don't have that problem anymore. So rather than allowing yourself to get into a state of fight or flight and stressed out and in a bad mental state, take a second to breathe, slow down, and then reevaluate what's just happened and how you want to react to it. And this is an absolute game changer. Like, Byron of January could have known about this and he would have been a much better version of himself right now for it. And it's taken me a long time to start wrapping my head around this and actually implement it correctly. And I'm by no means a professional at it, but I'm a hell of a lot better than I was in January. But I know that I've still got a long way to go. But just taking that second to actually just take a nice deep breath and just calming yourself down for a second and thinking, and like allowing yourself to think rather than to react, game changer. Like, I mean, if you take one thing away from this video, please just take that away, because that is unbelievable. And it's helped me out significantly over the last few months. So we're no longer in a state of fight or flight, which is good, because once you're in a state of fight or flight, what happens is you change the lens that you're looking at life through, and that lens all of a sudden becomes this like doom and gloom and like just this not the best of places to be kind of lens, and you then start reacting accordingly. So we've all got examples like this, right, where yesterday someone says something to you and it's completely fine, it's a joke, you're happy. Today they say the exact same thing and you just go rah, and you just like lose your shit and you go fucking ballistic. And it's like they don't know what the hell just happened, because yesterday they said the same thing and you thought it was hilarious. Today you're in a completely different mindset because you're looking at life through a different lens, and now all of a sudden that same thing that yesterday was funny today is not funny, and puts you in a shitty, like a super shitty mood, and you then react in a fight or flight state, and you overreact and you potentially damage relationships and damage friendships and damage all sorts of weird and wonderful things along with it. So this is again why, like, I've been wearing headphones a lot recently, and I've just been trying to keep within that range where I don't peak either side. I'm just in like a tranquil sort of like I don't know how to explain it, to be honest with you, but rather than just reacting and overthinking and stuff, I try and take that second to just breathe and think about like how I want to play it out, rather than allowing your chimp brain to like go ballistic and just rip their throat out. You take a second to breathe, understand, and weigh up how you want to react, rather than just reacting and going fucking mad. If you haven't read The Chimp Paradox, it's probably a good one for you to read and get a little bit more of an understanding of this. I'm not gonna lie, when I first read it, it didn't help me in the slightest. I don't think I was ready to learn the lesson. So yeah, it's weird how that works. But now that I've kind of had some time to think about it and understand it a little bit more, I'm like, oh yeah, when I read that book, that was kind of what the dude was talking about. Anyway, so try and maintain like within a zone. Don't allow yourself to get into that fight or flight state. Try and continually look through life with like a more happier lens, rather than allowing yourself to get into that fight or flight state and overreacting to shit that reality is in like a week, 2 weeks, a month is going to be completely meaningless and you're not actually going to give a fuck about. But what happened is you've now committed so much energy to it that it actually impacts your ability to achieve your goals, dreams and aspirations, which is madness. And the final thing is to own your spend. Like, imagine going onto the street and just handing someone random your credit card and going, hey, do your worst, like rack up as much as you can, pal. Like, they are going to get carried away, they are going to do their worst, and at the end of the day, the only person that gets impacted is you. They like having a great time. This energy equation, it's not rocket science. It's not something that is like super challenging, super hard. It's just a little bit of logic and a little bit of thought, and just approaching things in a different way and having a different mindset towards stuff. So rather than being in a full-on reactive state where you allow like your emotions and stuff to get the better of you and to almost impact the way in which you deal with situations, you just take that second to breathe, think about what it is that you're about to do and whether it serves you, gets you closer. Is it worth actually spending all that energy on, or is this something that you're about to go ballistic about, and in 2 or 3 days time it's going to be completely meaningless, but what it is going to have done is it's going to have impacted your ability to deliver against the goals that you're trying to deliver against every single day. And these are just like the little things that I do when it comes to energy spent on a daily basis. I try and understand, like, before I allow the red mist to kick in, which is something that I used to have a serious problem with, I just think and I go, like, me reacting to this now in this way, is it worth it? Yes or no? If yes, like, what's the outcome? Like, what's the risk versus reward? What's the return on investment, etc.? And just, like, again, just approach as if it was money. One of the ways in which, when I come to spend money, I think about everything I'm about to buy in terms of hours worked. So let's say I earn £5 an hour, something costs me £100, I will equate it to saying, right, fuck, do I want to work 20 hours to be able to purchase this thing? Is this thing worth 20 hours of work? Yes or no? If no, fucking don't buy it. Same thing applies with this energy spend. This is going to take X amount of my energy that could be better spent here, there, or somewhere else. Is it worth it? Like, is it going to get me any closer to where it is that I want to be? Yes or no? If no, don't fucking spend the energy. Literally just shrug it off, water off a duck's back, take a second to breathe, be tranquil, and just allow it to play its course, man. Like, you don't have to control everything. Like, one of the things at the beginning of the year I used to get so fucking fired up about and super angry about was the gym and the state of the gym. Because people go down there and I can turn up at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, the gym's just opened, you go down to the weights section and it's a fucking tip down there, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes, now I can't find this, and I get super worked up. I waste a shit ton of energy on getting pissed off about the fact that I can't find stuff, when I started to then actually think about it and go, like, what's the point of getting fired up about this? Like, it's not helping me get through my workout any better. I'm not actually performing in the gym any better. What's the point? Like, why do that? So now instead, even when I turn up and the gym's in a bit of a shit tip, there's like my chimp brain or whatever you want to call it in the background is going rah, but like my logic brain just goes, take a deep breath, right, what are we going to do about it? And then I'll start doing my workout, and between sets, rather than just sitting on a bench somewhere and chilling out, I'll just tidy up the gym and I'll just move those plates and I'll just do this and I'll just do that and I'll put the dumbbell rack right. It doesn't impact me in any way. I'm either going to sit on a bench and do fuck all, or I can just mosey around and just tidy up a little bit. And the funny thing is, now you start seeing other people do the same thing, because you're setting an example. And like, I can get pissed off at you and go, what the fuck are you doing that? Like, put your shit away. Or I can just let you do your thing, and after you've finished, I'll go and put it away. Chances are you're probably going to see me doing that on your behalf, and you're going to feel like a bit of a dick for not doing it yourself, and next time you're going to do it on your own. I don't have to say anything, I don't have to kick off, because if I was like, hey dickhead, put your fucking shit away, like, all that's going to happen is I'm going to piss him off or her off, and chances are they're going to just do it to piss me off in future, where they're like, do you know what, fuck this guy actually. Oh, there's that guy that told me to like put my shit away. Well, fuck him. Here you go, put that away for yourself, dickhead. Kind of effort, where like it's just a no-win situation when you get to that point. So again, just like work out, is the way I'm about to react or the way I'm about to spend this energy, is it worthwhile? If not, don't fucking do it. Do something else. Think about it and just be a little bit more logical, a little bit more thought-provoking in the way in which you're going to deal with each situation. And I can promise you now, like at the end of the day, you're going to be so much better for it, you're going to feel so much better for it. Beginning of the year, I felt like I had the world on my shoulders, I'm not going to lie to you. Like I was just not in a good headspace. Whereas now, I mean, I still probably have a lot of work to do, but I definitely feel a lot better for it. Like I'm not as pissed off at the world. I'm not as, I don't know if I know what stress is, but if you can call it stress, I'm not as stressed out. I just let things play out. I just do me. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video and you've learned something. If you have, drop a comment in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts. Please hit that like and subscribe button, tick that little bell notification, do all that good wonderful stuff. That'll be much appreciated. And also, in a couple seconds or so, you'll probably see the lip syncing competition. Have a guess as to what song it is that I'm lip syncing. Drop it in the comment section below. Like I said at the beginning, the first person to guess the correct answer will win some supplements. And who doesn't like free supplements? I know I sure as hell do. So yeah, participate, get involved, have some fun, and I'll see you all again next week. Cheers for now.
Slow down, I can't keep up, love. Your heart is shrinking faster, baby.